Sub Defender. Yeah. Model project. Go to settings. Add your application. Test app. Now what to do? First step. Project created. Application is ready. Added to the settings. What is the next step? Templates enduku? Now the concept is I want to create table. How to create table? Where we have to go? Models.py. Create one model class. Present concept, I want to create some table. I have to write the data to manually. So go to models.py. That is the concept. Now concept is I want to create one model class which is responsible to convert one table. So where we can create models? Models.py. Go to here. Go to test app. Models.py. A Python module. You know already how to create a class in the Python. What is the keyword? Class. What is the class name? Means to any name. My class name is employee. What is the parent class? Models is a module. What is the class name? Model. This is the parent child inheritance. Yesterday that is I am telling this one. Every model Python class is a child class of which class? Model class. So you have to inherit it. Sir, first one is the module. Second one is the class name. So general employee contents employee number. Database lo, whenever I have to insert database to some data types ఉంటాయి. General ga number is which type? Integer. So models అనేది module. What is integer field? It is a one class. Models is the module. Integer field is a class. We are creating object. That is the meaning of that line. Next, name. Models is the module. General ga, what is the ename type? Character field. I have to specify one parameter. Inside class, we have to pass parameter maximum length. What is the maximum length? Because whenever you can create table in Oracle, create table name, field number, varchar 2, we have to mention some size. So what is the maximum size we have to mention? 30 characters. Your wish, and then you can wish 300 you can give, 3000 you can give. I'm given 30. Next column, eCell. Models is the module. What is the class name? Float. Salary I can give in float. Address. 4 fields I mentioned. Models. Address means character field. Maximum length 30. Enough. This is one model class, Python class. That is I am telling that class is responsible to create a table. This is the models.py code. Here queries, all these not required, just Python class, how to define one class. Whatever fields are there. Fields and their behaviors. Yeah, those are classes, man. I'm telling now, models is the module, integer field is a one class, creating object. Character field is a one class, float field. This is the module means what about these classes? All are. So this model class is responsible to convert to one database table. Who is responsible? Django is the responsible to convert. You no need to do anything. This model class will be converted into database table. Django is responsible for this conversion. Django is the responsible to do this conversion. Anyone tell what is the table name? Table name. Database table name. ఏంది టేబుల్ నేమ్? ఎవరొకరు చెప్పండి. ఎంప్లాయీ. వాట్ ఈస్ ద క్లాస్ నేమ్? క్లాస్ నేమ్ ఎంప్లాయీ, టేబుల్ నేమ్ ఎంప్లాయీనా? ఎంప్లాయీ table name. Okay. Table name is always how it is coming means our class name is employee. We know table name always coming with your app name with employee. Adi always a application kena same story. Always it should be your app name. What is your app name? You know, my app name is test app. Kabatti my table name is test app underscore class name. That is the story. Number, name, salary, address. Behaviors are nothing but their data types. So class is nothing but fields and their behaviors. As David discussed, behaviors are nothing but employee number is of integer type. Employee name is of character. Like that we provided. So what is a model class means? Model class is a database table name plus field names plus field behaviors. That final model class ante table name, field names, field behaviors. Behaviors ante their data types. Sir, now model class is ready. The employee class is ready. If I want to store any data to the database, I have some database is there. Assume that this is the database, DB. What is the database understandable language? In the database understandable language? Wow. The database can understand only one language. What it is? SQL only. If I write any .NET command, Python command, is it understand? No. Database to matladalante create, select, alter, drop, truncate, only these statements only it can understand. So database understandable language only SQL only. In this SQL, who is introduced SQL? SQL. SQL is given by IBM. Based on that SQL, Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, they have their own languages. Oracle SQL plus PLSQL is there. SQL Server SQL plus TSQL is there. As SQL introduced by IBM company. Based on this SQL, different databases are there. Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, Ingress, DB2, Sybase. Latest వచ్చింది MongoDB. MongoDB లో no SQL, nothing. So in this SQL, there are different languages will be there like DDL, DML, DQL, DCL, TCL. ఈ 5 తెలిస్తే టోటల్ డేటాబేస్ we can handle. Data definition language, data manipulation, data query, data control, RCL కాదు, sorry, TT. Transaction control language. 5 are there. DDL, create, alter, drop. DML, update, delete, insert. DQL, select query. But Murray, now my doubt is database understandable language only SQL only. But this is a Python class. How it is converted to one table? So who are completed Python in your Python law, your faculties are they explained PDBC, Python database connectivities. How to connect it to Oracle, MySQL by using Python? Yes or no? Na? So how Python commands are connected to the database? తెలిస్తే మీ ఇష్టం. చెప్పారా చెప్పలేదా? Who are other faculty students? No? So one class how to convert it to database means database understanding only SQL. Python lo different story is there, different modules are there. CX underscore Oracle, PY MySQL, PY MS SQL modules are there. So here, first of all, direct class not possible to convert. What is the process means here? I have a one Python class is there. Python class is not model class. Here database is there. In this database, I want to create the table. One table I can require. Directly, if I want to interact with the database means I can use some commands. Select, insert, update, delete commands are there. By using create command, I can, created a table. First, you have to convert this model class into SQL query because of the database can understand only SQL only. If you directly injected, no chance. Even Python programs also, 6 o'clock students I will explain present were object oriented kada. Next PDBC only. How Python program converted to one table. There are different modules are there. Ikkada how to converted SQL, inject this SQL query. Then only table is created. Direct Python class, no chance. So internal ga compulsory first class converted to SQL query. That query I can inject it to database, then table is created. How to convert this one to this one means there is a one command is there, make migrations. Then my model class is converted to one SQL query. How to execute this query to? Directly execute avadu. Migrate is the command. Make migrations is converted one Python class to the SQL command. How to execute SQL command? By using migrate. Most of the times interviews they're asking, what is the difference between make migrations and migrate? So many people know clarity. Here now you can tell what is the purpose of make migrations. Model class converted to SQL query. Query ready. Who will execute that query? Migrate command. Then this query executed, table is created. Generally, you know what is SQL query. I will display the SQL query also. What is the query to create table? Create table. What is our table name? Even on table name Monday. Test app underscore employee. Generally, this is the query. Create table test app underscore employee. Next fields, employee number, varchar to, number kada. Employee number, integer, employee name, varchar to e-salary, double, e-address, and such type of query we have to write. You no need to write because of make migrations. It is converted to SQL query. Because of migrate command, it is injected to database. My table is ready. How to check the table? At the next level. First of all, how to convert my Python class to SQL query. First one, converting my model class into database specific SQL code. Because of database can understand only SQL. If you want to talk to database, SQL is compulsory. Sir, same story. Who are attending my Python classes in PDBC already explained how to convert one Python command to SQL. Same story, DJANGO also. Once we write a model class, we have to migrate the corresponding SQL code. For this, we have to use, what is the command? In command, migrate. Make migrations. After that, you can use migrate. So, come to our CMD. How to execute that? Py manage.py make migrations. Then table is converted. Migrations for a test app. This is the, in this your query is there 001 underscore initial dot py. Inside query is there. How to check the query? I will tell. Created model employee. So this is the command. Take this one. So py manage.py make migrations. So table is successfully converted to SQL query. Where that SQL query, how to see the query? How to see the generated SQL query. Once query ready, execute that. How to check chudandi? Where it is available? Here you can check it. And file name 001. Go to here. Starting someone is asking, sir, what is the model project test here? Migrations. This folder is one. What is the file name? 000 underscore initial.py. SQL related queries are available here. How to check means, see this command. Py manage.py SQL migrate. What is your app name? Our app name test app. What is that file? 0001. Check this. Is it SQL query or no? Create table. What is the table name? Test app underscore employee. ID integer not null primary key auto increment. SQL commands ID unte you will get it. ID is a one field. The data type is integer. It should be not null values. Primary key. Primary key means null values are not accepted. Unique values. Auto incremented. You no need to do anything. Every record inserted 1, 2, 3, 4 auto increment. Employee number integer. Employee name varchar. What is the size? 30. Why 30? I'm given their max length. Okay, salary, real number, address, varchar 2. Commit. What about this commit rollback? In Python, I'll explain what is the purpose of commit and all the things. So, this is the query, exact SQL query. Yes, converted. How to see the corresponding SQL code of migrations. So, this is exact query. What is the command? This is the command. Py manage.py SQL migrate test app 0001. So this is the query. So you know already database means you know idea about commit, rollback, these things, okay? Even just you have to write only command, this one enough. Just note sake I provided, is not required, don't write this query. అవసరం లేదు కదా. Only once you write the command, you will get the query automatically. Write 96, 97 to 103 not required. Just notes sake I provided. Query ready. Now, how to execute this query? What is the command? What is the command? How to execute query? Migrate is the command. Entry very important question. Difference between make migrations and migrate. Yes, sir, but I know only DDL, DML, DRL. What is DRL, man? DDL, DQL, DML, DCL, TCL. These five only there. Next. How to execute generated SQL query? How to execute generated SQL code? After generating the SQL code, we have to execute that SQL code to create a table in the database. For this, we have to use migrate. So what is the command? Py manage.py migrate. That is the command. So how to execute? By using migrate command. Check this. Py manage.py migrate. Copy paste, execute. Tables are ready. So in one interview, they're asking the question is, why are you using migrate command? Copy this SQL query. It is SQL query, create table, table name, and go to your database, paste it, execute. Definitely table is created. But what is the advantage of migrate command? Because of database understandable language SQL, copy this code, pakka table created. Then they are asking in interview, what is the advantage? Why we are using migrate command? Anyone tell? Creating tables with migrate command. Why? What is the reason? Any advantage is there? Hmm? Chaitanya. No, no. Already I am displaying SQL query na. If you go to 001.py, open it, query is there. Copy this, paste it. Compulsory, we should have idea about some SQL. Hmm. What is the advantage of this migrate command? Means once you copy the query, table created pakka. But the reason of migrate command is once I created this query, it is created only one table. What is the table? Test app underscore employee. Because of migrate, system related some extra tables created like admin, authentication, content type, sessions, all these are created. Because tomorrow if I want to log in, admin required, username, password, auth table, session management, session tables, system related tables are also created. If you execute that, table is created. Next, if you want to log in, next procedures, it not executed. Because of migrate command, DJANGO system related predefined tables also created. That is the advantage of migrate command. Otherwise, those tables are not created. If we use migrate command, then all DJANGO required tables will be created. In addition to our application specific tables, if you use migrate command, then all DJANGO required tables will be created in addition to our application specific tables. If we create table manually, with SQL code. Then only our application specific table will be created, and Django may not work properly. That is the reason create tables by using migrate. That is the reason. That is the one entry they are asking question now. Yeah. So next, how to see this table? Okay, query is there. We have seen the query. This is the query. By using migrate, table also created. This is the proof. All the tables are ready. How to check this table? Where we have to see this table? You have to go with admin interface. Compulsory. If we want to see the table, go to admin.py. So, register your models. Then only it is possible to see the table. Otherwise, no chance. So next, how to check created table in Django admin interface. Admin interface means there is admin URL is there now in that page. How to check it? Compulsory. We have to register model class in which file? Admin.py. Starting we are discussing theory. Now one by one we are implementing views.py, admin.py, models.py, URLs. Up to now 5 we are using templates folder. So what is the code in admin.py? How to register? Okay. Go to admin.py file. Inside admin is the one predefined module. Admin dot site dot register. What is your model class name? What is the class name? Employee. That name you can give enough. But we are getting error. What is the problem? One class I am using here admin.py. That class is available where? Models.py. What is required? Import statement. What is the import statement? What we have to write? Employee is the one class available in models.py. It is available in where? Test app. So what to do? From test app dot models. Import. What is the class name? Employee. Now gone. So just import statements only. Register. That is the way of registration. But how to check in admin panel? Whenever you can go to admin, it is asking username, password. Can't check it. So now just I create a table. I have to see the table. Already registered admin.py. For example, see this. Where we have to check the table. There is one predefined URL is there in urls.py. What is the URL? Admin. Just you have to start server. Check this first. Py manage.py. Run server. Server is started. Copy the address. Go to the browser. No URLs, only admin is there. Yes, if you want to log in, this username password is required. But what is the username password? You have to create username password. So how to create? Stop the server. So if you want to see the table, first you have to create a super user. Creation of super user to log into admin page. Because of username password is required, na? That's why. That page is asking username password. We can create super user by using the command py manage.py create super user. This is the command. Py manage.py create super user. That command you can execute. It is asking username, password, re-enter password. Sure. Create super user, execute this command, copy this, go to CMD, paste it. It is asking, if you leave the blank, it will take user. I don't want blank. I want give my name, Mahesh. Email address. Yeah, the dummy mail ID. Password. Once enter, again it is asking. Yes, the password is too common. Okay. Do you want to create super user? Yes. Created. Run the server. Server is started. Go to that page. Enter your username, Mahesh, and my password. Login. Test app, employee table. 0 employees are there. If you want to add. Number, name, salary, address. Add ఒక 2-3 records. 101, employee name, employee salary, employee address. Save. One employee object is added. Add second employee. 102, employee name, employee salary, employee address. Second employee is added. Save. Second employee, third employee, fourth employee. Now database data is there. Next, read this data, display to the HTML file. That is the way process. Now manually I am clicking on add, but this is not process. Create HTML page. In that you have to define number, name, salary, insert button, then data should be inserted. దానికి next level, 5th chapter. Present how to create table, how to add manual ga, how to read. Sir, ikkada idi displaying employee object 1, 2 like that displaying na. Itla kakunda I want to display number, name, salary like that I want to display. That is also possible. For that small settings is there. Next example I will tell. Present see this, how to display that class employee admin dot model admin list underscore display. Whatever columns are there, number, name, sal, address. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి స్ట్రక్చర్ విల్ బి చేంజ్డ్. ఎంప్లాయీ నెంబర్, ఎంప్లాయీ నేమ్, salary, address table la displayed. Where is the ID? 4 columns are there. ID you want, yeah, give that ID also. Then automatically ID will be displayed. I am given 4 fields. IDs are generated by DJANGO. First ID, second ID. This is the way number, name, salary table is displayed. The process. ఏంటిది అనేది తర్వాత చెప్తా ది స్టోరీ. If not required, then only objects are displayed, not in the table. Object 1, object 2, like that will be displayed. Employee admin is not defined. Error. Yes, remove this because of class I deleted now. Yes, refresh. First employee, second employee. Radi process. Total process anamata. How to create a model class? The thing is, convert this one to the query. Execute query, table is ready. After that, register in admin.py. After that, create super user. Log into admin interface, insert your records. The process. Finally, the question is difference between the make migrations and migrate. Any difference? Difference. Make migrations is responsible to generate one SQL code from the Python model class. First one, make migrations is responsible to generate the SQL code for Python model class. That is the make migrations. Whereas migrate is responsible to execute the SQL code so that tables will be created in database. Adi. That is how to create one table, how to register and how to see the story. So now data is available there. How to read that data display to the HTML file? Next concept. Read data from the database. Because already records are, we have to insert it. And display for the end user. Read data from the database, display to the end user. So I have to create CLS CD dot dot. A separate project we have to create it. So whatever the steps are there. First one, create a project. After that, create an application. Add application in settings.py. Next, add database configurations. Present, I am using SQLite 3. That's why I'm not doing any settings. Next project, I can use MySQL. Then definitely I will change the settings. Present not required because of SQLite 3 low I created. That is the reason. Once you change the database, compulsory test the connections. How to test database connections? My connections are proper or no? How to test it? ఎలాగా నెక్స్ట్ డే ఐమ్ టెల్లింగ్ నా అందుకే అప్పుడప్పుడు బుక్ తీస్తే తెలుస్తుంటది ఇదిగోండి ఏం చెప్పాము ఫ్రమ్ DJANGO DB import connection dot cursor. If you are not getting any error, your database configuration correct. Otherwise, whatever you did mistake, it will display anamata. Then only you can write program. Unnecessarily you written the commands, queries, program. Finally, at the time of execution, it is telling connection wrong. Wastage of our time, kada. That's why whenever you can change setting. Present I am not tested because default settings I am using. No problem. If you change any database settings, then test the connection. Then only you can create model class, make migrations, migrate all the things. Test database connections. Ready. Now create the model class. If you are not doing any changes, testing is not required because of by default SQLite 3 we are using. Once model class is ready, then what to do? Make migrations and migrate. After that, make migrations, migrate అయ్యింది. Next ఏం చేయాలి? What to do? Admin లో రిజిస్టర్ చేయాలి. Register model and one more thing is there, model admin. What is this model admin? I will explain. Inside admin.py. I registered. What to do next? Create super user. That is called a super user. Super user ready. Log into admin interface, add records manual ga. After that, how to insert, I will tell next chapter lo. Log into admin and check created or no. Up to now, 10 steps already we done. 11th one. Template file and static files. Corresponding configurations. Template dir, static dir, those settings. Ready. Now view is the responsible to connect to the database, read the data, send it to the HTML. Total program right into views.py. View function is communicate with database and to get data. Send this data to template file, which is responsible to display to end user. Follow these 12 steps, then a small app is ready. That is the process. How to read the data from the backend database and send it to the HTML file. Okay. Come to this. Close all this. Django-admin. Start project. Model project 2. CD py manage.py start app test app. Next. Model class is required. Go to this. Expand model project to. Go to settings. Install apps, test app, go to models.py, take a class name is employee, models dot, what is the class name? Parent class name, model, employee name, module name dot, integer field, employee name equal to models dot character field. What is the parameter? Maximum length of characters. Employee salary. Models dot float field. Employee address. Models dot character field. Maximum length 30. This is the class. So once model class is ready, next one, make migrations and migrate. I'm not giving command. See this. What is the command? Py manage.py make migrations. Next, migrate. Tables are ready. Once make migrations done, go to admin.py. Here register two classes, model class and model admin class. Come to admin.py. Admin.py. Take one class. Any name, my class name is model class employee kabatti employee admin. Admin is the module. There is one predefined class is there, model admin. What about this model admin means? In the previous example, I have to display in the table format. For that purpose, I created my own class. Parent class is model admin. Inside, in that table, how many columns you want to display? I have 4 columns are there. Do you display 4 columns or only 2 or 3 or only 1? That is your wish. How many columns I want to display? Give that one into. There is one predefined variable is there. What is the variable name? List underscore display. These are all predefined. Sir, whenever suggestion came, those are predefined. List underscore display. Inside, first one, second one, fourth one. Employee number. Employee name. employee salary, employee address. In list underscore display, how many you are given? Only those are displayed, otherwise no. Now, import employee class. Where it is available? Test app dot models import class name. Register these two classes. This is one class. This is the second class. What is the command? Admin dot site dot register of our model class, comma, what is another class? Employee admin. That is the two classes you have to register. This is the code. Daily same activities, models, make migrations, migrate, admin, create super user. Until I am telling insertion, manually I have to insert to the back end. Once fifth chapter came, from the front end only I can insert to the back end data. For that, forms are required. By with all these examples, you have to create a small size application also, like Book My Show kani, redbus.com application, Flipkart to Amazon, such type of a simple application you can generate. Once you register, what is the next one? Create super user. How to create super user? What is the command? Py manage.py create super user. Asking username, mail ID, password 1 2 3. Again password 1 2 3. Yes, created. Run the server. Server is started. Go to here. Log into admin interface. Asking username, password. Login. Go to employee. No details. Add 4 employees. I want to read this display to the end user. 101. Employee name. Katrina. 15,000. Next. 102. Employee salary. 15,000. Hyderabad. 103. Deepika. Salary 18,000. Chennai. ఇదిగోండి 3 ఎంప్లాయీస్ ఆర్ దేర్. కత్రినా, కరీనా, దీపిక. ఇక్కడ నెంబరు, నేమ్, శాలరీ, అడ్రస్ కదా. ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ రివీల్ మై శాలరీస్. రిమూవ్ దిస్ కాలమ్. దెన్ నెంబర్, నేమ్, అడ్రస్ ఓన్లీ. దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ లిస్ట్ అండర్ స్కోర్ డిస్ప్లే. In list underscore display, how many columns? I want to display number, name only. Delete this address also. If you want display IDs, add IDs. So whatever columns you are given, those only displayed. That one ID, number, name. That is the purpose of list underscore display variable. That is the predefined. It is pointing to one list. First example, all I want to display sal address. Come to here, refresh. ఇదిగోండి ఇక్కడ వరకు done. ఇప్పుడు the concept is how to read this data display to the HTML file. Who is responsible? Views only. Connect to database, read the data. Once data is there, how to send HTML file, you know. Return render HTML page with dictionary. Those things already you know. So I will tell Python function, then you can create HTML, display in the HTML page. That task you can try. Go to the view. So by using view function, I am connecting to the database and I have to read and send it to HTML. HTML page lo you have to display. Create templates folder, test app folder, HTML file. Inside you have to display. So what is the function? Use.py. Create a function. Def employee data view. First argument is the request. What is your model class name? Model class name. Employee. But that is available in another module kada. What is required? From test app dot models import your class name model employee. Yes. The command is how it is interacted with model name dot. What it is? All are objects or no? Objects dot. All are required, only some are required. All. Right, all. Then some are required. Then queries are there like SQL queries lagane. Only employee ID so and so. Or salary is greater than, salary is less than, employee name starts with. Everything is possible. That is coming in 11th chapter ORM. Present, what is the meaning of connected to this model class? How many objects are there? All objects we have to read. This is the class name. This is the method. What about this? Property or attribute, because parenthesis unte method. Why it is method? I am telling. Employee is a what it is? Class. Class means if I am using anything, it is a method compulsory. If class is not there, data I am accessing function. So employee is the class. Objects is a one property or attribute. In that I am asking all method. All employees are reading. EMP underscore list. What is the return type of all method? What is the type of this one? It is a variable kada. It is pointing to all employee objects. What is the type? It is the type of EMP list. Bro, it is written some values. I'm storing it EMP list. I'm asking type of EMP list. Enti the type antuna? List string I objects kada, all are employee 1, employee 2, employee 3, employee 4, employee 5. Multiple employees I'm storing. So in this variable, sir, for example, x anande. X lo all employees are stored. What is the type of X? Integer, float, string, list, tuple, set, dictionary. Adi adutundeno. So 4 employees I am storing. Okay. Just to understand purpose I am given EMP list. Okay. Now create with this one dictionary. My underscore dic. What is the key value? Key EMP underscore list. What is the values? EMP list. Once a dictionary is ready, you know how to send. What is the command? Return is the keyword. What is the function? Render. Request. Next, template name. What is the template name? testapp/emp.html. What is the context parameter? My dig. Next, what is the task you have to do? Create HTML file, display the data. That task you can try. Last step. Maximum 99% completed. Only thing, create one HTML, display the data. Adi you can try. So emp.html means templates, test app, HTML file, create template dir, add that one. And what is the key? EMP list. From there you have to read and display. That you can try. Show the story. DJANGO 730. News portal today 9. So notes also uploaded. So the task you have to try, remaining task, how to display in the HTML file another. How to create HTML file, you know. How to add settings already, you know. The key is EMP list. From there, you have to display and try to tell by tomorrow class what is the type of this variable. What is the type? So today's cinema got completed. Tomorrow we'll continue. Vikas Kumar Behra. Sorry. Bye everyone. Tomorrow we'll continue. Online guys. Bye everyone.